just had on screen. Oh, and we have a cuttlefish. So this is your cephalopod. If you were listening to before, they've got chromatophores that can change colour, and they can also move their skin. So they've got like neurons that we have also in our brain throughout their skin, and they can change and take shape and be very well camouflaged. And they're also quite smart, quite an intelligent creature. As you can see, it's definitely sussing us out, wondering whether to be scared or afraid. So he hasn't shot up. So when they're quite afraid or he's been territorial, he'll hold 2 of his tentacles out and then 2 up in the air, kind of like he's ready to fly kickers. But at the moment he seems quite calm and just checking us out. Feels quite safe, so he hasn't gone into any colours.
Wow, amazing. How lucky are we to be seeing this right now? I've done a lot of dives and I've only seen one cuttlefish before. Yanni is asking, what has been your most breathtaking underwater moment? I think for me it would have to be swimming with manta rays. They really are like the birds of the ocean, you know. It's like you're flying when you're swimming with manta rays. So if you ever get the opportunity to do that, that's an amazing experience. And I think for me, chasing a turtle underwater on a night dive was probably my number 2. Night dives are pretty spooky. No light. Closest thing to being in space, I think. And turtles are really slow, so it was quite a meditative experience following this turtle at this turtle pace. What about you, Kurt?
Really had to think about it. I've definitely had quite a few great experiences underwater. It's always, as Dave was mentioning earlier, that no dive is ever the same. It's always something different. Probably one of the best moments I did have was I was just free diving down on the south coast, and I had a mum and baby southern right whale come up behind me. I had no idea that they were there, and I turned around and there was 2 ginormous creatures directly behind me, and that was pretty awesome just to check them out and see the size of how big they actually are, which never looks the same when you're on the surface. Underwater, everything's magnified, and then being right up next to them was pretty awesome.
Dave, come in. Can you hear us? Excellent. What are the conditions like down there, mate? It's good. Looks like we've found a few nice sights for our viewers so far.
So that's the school of, the scientific name is Chorus acularis, but of western king wrasse. So part of the labrid family, and then there was the talma swimming around at the same time as well. I did not hear. Sorry, Dave, can you please repeat? So that wrasse there looks like a senator wrasse. So that one would look like the green wrasse that we saw was a male. It's off screen now. We've got a leather jacket here, which could be the 6-spine leather jacket. Leather jackets are one of the hardest fish to ID, I've found. Sometimes you even have to ID in between different species is look at the vertebrate inside, which obviously you can't do to a live animal, but they are absolutely awesome creatures.
Beautiful. It's quite unreal having the opportunity to dive here in these limestone outcrops. Pop your head under there and it's just a whole nother world.
a couple of questions coming through in a sec.
They're not coming up on here.
Yeah, but the people who are viewing on Mammalz, we're getting the questions sent through separately.
So that there is a female brown spotted wrasse. Now we're looking like we're going to go back into another cave.
Ali Straza says, I want to scuba in Oz someday whenever I get my certification. Yes, you should.
So that there is the scaly fin as well. There's probably 4 or 5 species of scaly fin that will that you could will find in this area. To identify between them, definitely need to be able to see a little bit more of the features that they have. And the fish swimming upside down is the western, and right in front of us we have the cuttlefish again. You can see how he's quickly changing colours, and see how he's put up his 2 tentacles there, so he's starting to feel a little bit distressed, but seems to be quite, because he's swimming right up. So he's quite a large one, this fella. Awesome to be able to see how he's changing colours so quickly. So they'll use their colours to either threaten or show that they're feeling alright. But I think why is everything down and coming up so close now, he's actually feeling quite safe and just seeing what's going on.
So Pam's asking, are we seeing any type of corals or just plant life? What's this colourful substrate that we're seeing here?
So you've got a lot of ascidians growing, which ascidians are like your sea squirts or growing over the rocks there. Then there's also types of algae. There's little bits of soft corals and hard corals growing on there. So there's a lot of it's red algae, which is like the rotophyta, which is like a coralline algae, which grows over substrates like that. You also have a lot of sponges, and then we've got the main larger algae seen there is the Ecolonia radiata, which is a kelp, which you've also may have heard of kelp forests, which grow more over in the eastern states of Australia or over elsewhere in the world as well. But this species of kelp here only grows to about 1.5 metres.